All right, what's going on? How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another SLG meetup where we connect with some of the most interesting individuals in the luxury space. My name is Alvaro and I'm very happy to have you all back here today. Today we're gonna have a super guest. His name is Jimmy Guigliano and he is not only a luxury real estate agent at Nest Seekers, but he's also part of the new show at Netflix, Million Dollar Beach House. So he's going to be discussing a little bit about the latest trends in real estate in the Hamptons, as well as, how he's been becoming a legend and a superstar when it comes to real estate and now also in the media show. So very excited to have him here today. Thank you all for tuning in and I hope you guys enjoy the conversation. Jimmy, my friend.
Hey, hi.
Good, and you? How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Of course, the pleasure is mine. Good to see you.
Yeah, it's been crazy up here. Literally, I literally just left the barber. I jumped on with you, and now I'm running to clients in like 15 minutes. It's insane.
Good. That's good. That's your show. That's your movement. You like it this way, right?
Yeah, you got to wheel and deal when you can because the market out here is about 8 months where most of the product gets moved between February 1st and the end of September, end of October. So, obviously right now we're nearing the end of the buying season. So we're obviously trying to close every deal we possibly can before, we hit winter.
Of course, and you definitely are doing it successfully. There is one quote that I like that you always mention by Thomas Edison, which is there is no substitute for hard work. And I always see that on you. You're always working 24/7 and results speak by themselves. So very cool.
No, it definitely, like in real estate in the Hamptons, everybody always asks what's like your special sauce, right? They always want to know, how are you so successful and how are you doing so many deals at such a young age? And I said, literally, you just got to outwork everybody else. If you don't show up to work, you see some of these people who come into work from Monday to Friday, from 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and they think that people are just going to hand them listings. It just doesn't happen like that. So you try and obviously, work and stay on top of everybody and, you got to think, you obviously got to be smart, but you got to really put the time and effort in.
You have a really cool background because when we were talking last time, you were telling me a little bit more about, how you were actually in Wall Street and then you started to get into the real estate. You've been in the Hamptons your whole life and you saw an opportunity there, right?
Yeah, I always wanted to work in finance in the city. Straight out of college, I applied for a bunch of jobs. And then, I realized really quickly that that's not what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. So, I came out here. My uncle was a builder, so I was always on job sites. And then after seeing, a bunch of different opportunities, I started in the development side, and then I also got the brokerage because I was like, I could also do, simultaneously the brokerage. So I started the brokerage and then I started really taking off. All of a sudden I was shooting, $5 million deals to $10 million deals. And then last year I did the number 1 and number 3 biggest deals in the Hamptons. And that sort of cemented me on the map.
Here it is.
Yeah.
The Surfside Drive in
Yes.
Bridgehampton.
Yeah, that house is absolutely amazing. The buyer just kept going up and up. And, it was 42.5 million they were asking. And we started off at 30, then 35, then 37, and we ended up at 40 million in the end. So it was.
So it ended up number 1, right?
Yeah, number 1 for 2019.
Wow, that's incredible. And it's funny because I see some of the people here, they call you the Leo of the Hamptons.
I try, but there is some big brokers out here that have been doing it for 30 years, and those are obviously my main competition out here.
Very nice. No, and I see that you more recently have also had some good sales. You got one right now, right, at the 12th for June.
Yeah,
9 million.
Yeah, it was a great off-market deal. I'm actually helping build the house for my clients for $10 million. So they'll be in for around 19 million and they'll be worth somewhere around 27 when it's complete.
Cool. And I mean, right now the market it's pretty hot from what we can see. What are some of the trends that you're starting to see more often in the market at the Hamptons?
You're seeing a lot of turnkey stuff.
Hmm.
The land, the renovations, those are still falling a little behind because obviously people want to just move in. They don't want construction workers coming in during these times. So you're seeing a lot of different opportunities in land trades and renovations. But the turnkey stuff is insane. Right now, there was a house on Summerfield that got listed for 7.25 million. It sold in the first 2 weeks, had 10 offers,
Wow.
had 48 showings. It's just insane. Ended up going over almost $1 million over asking. So, you're seeing like, for good product, people are just going at it,
Hmm.
and that's what's keeping the market insane because the inventory is so low and the buyer pool is, obviously huge. I mean, for
Very
that
high. Hmm.
one property, they had almost 40 showings and 10 offers. That's insane.
That's amazing. And tell me, because I see that you have also a really nice exclusive listing, 410 Ox Posture, currently like at a 23 million price range right
Yeah,
here. What's
yeah.
going on? Lots of
So this,
demand too, right?
yeah, this house is insane. It's 15,000 square feet, 2 acres in the best area, the estate section in the Hamptons. That's like when you read all the 20s and 30s and 40s, and when they show you the Hamptons, this is
Hmm.
what they're talking about. So this is the best location. Ox Pasture is one of the most iconic streets in the Hamptons, and we actually have two billionaires going at it right now. So we'll see. I'm hoping that we'll have it wrapped up by the end of next week. But we have one guy who's on the top 100 Forbes list flying out this week. We have the other guy coming on Sunday who's very close to the top 100. And it's a great house, and these people are appreciating the product, and you got to see it. It's got an elevator. It's even got an apartment above the garage for the help. It's got a
Hmm.
full kitchen. It's got 2 bedrooms. I mean, it's insane.
No, the house is beautiful and it's unbelievable. I mean, every detail that it comes with, it's so unique. And I'm very happy to hear that, there is huge demand because that's what we're starting to see more and more. These super luxury homes, the demand keeps going high and high. So it's really cool. And I mean, you now are also part of the newest Netflix show, the $1 Million Beach House. How is that coming along?
So, I mean, it's definitely helping business for sure. It's actually helped our builders a lot more than it's actually helped me. Um, it definitely does help to get your product out there, but the builders are seeing people like 6 Union Street in Sag Harbor, the captain's house that we put on the
Hmm.
TV show. The amount of phone calls asking who that builder was and would he build them a house, it's insane. So the amount of exposure, I mean, millions and millions of people got to see it. We were trending in the top 10 for like almost 2 weeks. We were a big hit that obviously nobody, I'm not saying we didn't think it would be a successful show, but to be the number one unscripted show on Netflix for almost 2 weeks is insane.
That's wow. That's incredible. You said it right there. And the exposure that this brings into the market, it's incredible. So very, very appealing, very incredible to see how the demand also is coming from those channels, because nowadays marketing is so important and positioning yourself among, top platforms such as Netflix. I mean, it even adds more value. So a
No,
complete win.
yeah, and that is a priceless platform. You're getting out in front of everyone, and
Hmm.
and essentially, it's not really costing anything for us. So it's hard to put a price tag. And when I sit down with buyers and sellers, and you're talking about marketing and all that kind of stuff, when I can bring that to the table, it really is separating me apart from the rest of the pack because
100%.
there's just nobody else who could do that. And the exposure, like I was on the Wall Street Journal, in the Wall Street Journal, I was
Hmm.
on Fox Business, I was on Yahoo Finance. These platforms that, normal brokers don't get to put their product and expose it to the world. So it's
Hmm.
been really helpful so far.
On what's been the hardest part?
There's always some haters, but The hardest part I would say is just pretty much trying to stick to what I'm good at, right? And putting my head down and focusing on the real estate. It's really easy to get distracted doing other things, like some of my co-stars.
Right, no, that's not true. But listen, I think that right now it's a great moment to keep pushing. I mean, definitely market is in a good position, so you're doing phenomenal. I'm very happy to see that things are going well for you. And I see some synergy going on between, some of the other markets, like in Miami, we see a lot of the people from actually New York coming down, trying to, either move to Hamptons to buy something there as an investment or, relocate to the south. So a lot of back and forth. So I think that both markets really relate.
No, exactly. I mean, I'm seeing so many of my clients move down just for tax reasons down to
Hmm.
Florida. I mean, New York City is, not doing so well. And what the 4.5% extra tax rate plus they probably will end up raising it. It's just forcing people away. It makes no sense to me why they, want all these successful people, all this tax revenue is going to disappear and they're going to have to make it up somewhere. So, you
True.
know, the Florida, the Hamptons, places like that are obviously desirable places for these, big time businesses that can work remotely now.
Hmm. Totally, and we see that more and more. And Jimmy, with everything that is going on, I mean, everybody has a different perception of what luxury is it, and I always like to ask this question. So I would like to ask you, what is luxury to you?
Luxury to me is something that it's obviously very hard to explain, but in the luxury market in the Hamptons, it's about 15 million and up would be
Hmm.
considered the luxury market. And in the luxury market, you're getting the A plus locations, you're getting all the amenities, you're normally 2 minutes to the ocean, and those are the places where people right now are, like you said, the luxury market was a little behind compared to the rest of the market. The
Hmm.
3 to 10 million was flying off the shelf. The 10 to 20, 20 to 30 was a little bit slower, but now we're seeing that market heat up as well. So, the market's just insane, and the luxury market itself is really taken off within the last 45 days in the Hamptons.
Amazing. Glad to hear that. So, Jimmy, any takeaways from everything that you've been doing so far, successfully? What are some recommendations for those that are, taking off in their real estate career? Some examples or some takeaways that you can share.
Well, just like me and you were talking about a property up here, potentially we could work together on in Watermill. I would
Hmm.
say networking is the most important thing agents don't do, especially with agents outside their network, right? So
Hmm.
you can't really network with brokers in your own area. It doesn't help you. They're your competitors, but finding strategic partnerships with you, like in Florida or in the city or in LA, that really has, blew up my business over the last 6 months. So I would say, strategic partnerships would definitely be, the top thing I would recommend to outside agents.
Very nice. And, I'm very glad that we actually got to connect and work together. So I look forward to seeing you in Miami or see you up north and to do some good business together. And, Jimmy, when it comes to somebody looking to connect with you, where can they find you?
The best is just type my name in Google and my email, jamesg@nestseekers.com, or my cell phone, 631-456-3567.
Perfect. So, well, I know you have to go. You have business to take care of. Sounds
Thank you.
very exciting. I wish you all the best. I hope to see you soon. And thanks again for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
See you soon. All right, guys. That's Jimmy, superstar. Very nice guy and great insights on what's going on in the real estate market in the Hamptons and also how important it is to do your network and also find the best ways to bring exposure to your brand, to your product. And, those are just some takeaways that you can bring with you. I hope you enjoy the conversation. And if you have any questions, you can always drop it in the comments. Looking forward to seeing what's next. And as I always say, have a nice day and keep the beautiful success in life. See you next time. Bye bye.